Thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner here on YouTube. And don't forget to leave us a like and a comment.
And you can share with a friend if you enjoy it, and subscribe so you're notified of new videos.
Thanks and enjoy the show. This week, Today's Homeowner is on the road outside of Denver, Colorado to convert a dilapidated patio into a backyard paradise. So once you saw that, you said,
I gotta call Danny.
You said, no. Each year we host a contest for our friends at Pavestone called Backyard Paradise. This year's winner is Monica Sethi from Castle Pines, Colorado, a beautiful little town just south of Denver.
So we watch Danny's show all the time, and we saw the entrance to the contest, so we thought we'd give it a shot.
We've never entered any contests, and this was like, hey, it's worth the effort because we had to get the work done in the backyard anyway. And we said, let's put it in and see what happens. She firmly believed we're going to win this. I don't know how she knew this.
The Sethi family, which includes their children, Anna and Aaron, is perfect for this project because they love the outdoors and their yard has a great view of a natural hillside and a hiking trail.
Home improvement for us is something which my wife decides what needs to get done. And when she starts watching home improvement shows, I get really concerned.
All right, Danny, this is what we got to work with.
All right,
This
is an interesting thing. So you had flagstone similar to this then that was on there. I wonder really what was here before. This doesn't look like it would be original to the house.
And we didn't know about it because what we saw was a flagstone. But let me show you when I said, let me kick this project up. And you start digging, right? It's one of those things when you start digging inside the house.
Okay.
Guess what you find?
So once you saw that, you said,
I gotta call Danny.
You said, no, not my project.
That's gonna be more than a project that I thought I could do over the weekends and evenings.
The man charged with making this project happen is Lucas Berry from Pavestone. I got a few questions here, especially in how you're gonna deal with the concrete slab that was discovered down there.
So that's definitely a challenge that we're going to have to contend with. So there was a couple different options where we could raise up the rest of the patio to the right, but it's going to bring in a lot more additional material, add a lot more additional cost to the project. So it's a lot easier for us to just go in and demo that slab. So we're going to take a jackhammer and get that out of there.
But still, what a challenge you've got with having to get everything behind here by that little path there. There's a lot of wheelbarrow work that's about to take place.
Yes, there's going to be a lot of behind the scenes action over there where we're going to have several guys obviously running product up for us.
Wow, let's see, demolition of the slab, pushing the wheelbarrow about 100 times. Where do I fit in this project here? Since you guys are leading the charge, I'm getting a little nervous here.
I got a pair of gloves up front.
I'll jump in and do whatever we need to do, but let me see how it's going to work out here as far as the plan.
All right, so as you can see here, obviously there's the main back door there. To the left of that, we're going to have a 90-degree kitchen, which will have a bowl grill incorporated and a fridge incorporated into it, where they can have a nice bar area.
What kind of countertop there?
That's going to be a Quikrete countertop. So we'll have some nice swooping lines. Those radiuses will really accent this backyard here. And directly in front of this window, centered, is going to be the fire pit.
Oh man, so that patio actually is going to go all the way to that end of the window?
Correct.
Man, it's going to be big. It's really going to be nice.
It's perfect entertaining space.
I think so. Okay, I'm gonna go get my gloves.
Let's get started.
Lucas has hired Jose Rodriguez, a local hardscaping contractor, to help us push this project through in just a few days. While we remove what remains of the Sethi's old patio, Jose begins laying out the space for the new one, and Lucas begins chipping away at the old concrete slab. Knowing how little boys think, I asked Gotham's son, Aaron, if he wanted to give it a try. Now go like this one time. Go ahead.
To see the look on his face when he got to hold the jackhammer and actually feel the power of that machine, that was really exciting.
And since Aaron tried it, I get a turn too, right? Okay, it ain't no fun no more.
Must be nice to be able to quit when you feel like it.
So this was a last year's project to get our backyard going. Monica wanted some lights in the back. We obviously don't have any lights in the house in the backyard. So she found this project on Pinterest.
Uh-oh.
And obviously I get tagged to do it.
Man, she keeps you busy.
I tell you, this internet, I gotta shut it down one of these days. While internet is a boon for many, it's certainly for guys who get a honey-do list, not the best of the places to be. We just simply put them in, string up those lights.
And it's just like exposed bulbs you have around
It
there.
is, it is. It makes it look real pretty, except we had flagstones.
Yeah,
That didn't work out.
that kind of took away from it a little bit.
No, I'm waiting.
Well, after the new patio's down, it still may work.
I'm waiting to put it back in. That'll look awesome.
She'll put that on her list.
I'm going to shut down the internet.
I had some tile left over from a recent project, and I thought I'd show you how to make a trivet out of it. Start with a piece of wax paper. Tear off a piece slightly larger than the tile itself, and then spray it with some cooking oil. I'll show you why that's necessary in a minute. It's a light coating. There you go, that's all you need. And then lay down 2 narrow wooden sticks. I'm using paint sticks. You could use popsicle sticks or tongue depressors. You just want to make sure they're in from the corners of the tile. And now we're going to make bumpers, to make little feet for the tile trivet itself. We're going to use hot melt glue. Just put a big dab near each corner. And as soon as you do that, you have to immediately press it down onto the wooden sticks. The sticks serve as a spacer so that each little foot, each little glue pad is exactly the same thickness. There you go. Just press it down and just hold it. You need to hold it, at least a minute or so. And because you sprayed oil on the wax paper, the trivet itself won't stick right to the wax paper. Okay, once the glue is hardened, just flip it over, peel off. See how easily the wax paper peels off because of the oil? Remove the sticks. You can trim it up a little bit, but there you go. Brand new trivet with nice soft rubber feet.
We've just begun creating a new outdoor living space for Monica and Gotham Sethi. Monica won our Backyard Paradise contest, so we're busy removing their old patio to make way for the new one. Lucas from Pavestone has drawn out the footprint for the new patio to guide the digging so the Sethi's landscaper can move the healthy sod from the patio space to a bare spot at the back of the yard. That gives an opportunity for us to introduce Aaron to another really cool piece of equipment, the sod cutter.
I think Dad is trying to get Aaron to live his boyhood dreams, and it makes me a little nervous what he's going to try and teach my son.
You just have to make the job fun.
Good job, man. Good job.
But that ends when we get through the concrete step and discover how thick the larger patio slab is.
This is exactly what we didn't want to find. A slab, it's about 12 inches thick all the way around the perimeter.
I've never come across a 12-inch thick slab before in my life.
I guess because we're in Colorado and the frost line and all of the issues there, they have to make it thicker, but on a patio,
So while we continue jackhammering and moving out the debris, Chelsea and Monica start unpacking the planters that have just arrived for the new patio.
Oh, those are really nice. That's gonna be like on either side of the back door.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Look awesome along the steps.
Yes.
Oh, these are beautiful. Love them.
Back outside, we've discovered yet another challenge. We knew the yard had a slope from side to side, but we just didn't realize how much.
well, I tell you what, Lucas, I was really surprised when you look at, what do you got there, 12 inches? Yeah, with this being the top of the pavers, that down there is only like 3 inches, so we got that much of a difference from that end to that, and I would have never thought that.
It's quite the slope.
Yeah, I know it, but the idea you have here is really going to end up looking better, in my opinion, with this with having the retaining wall on the side.
It's certainly going to make this area much more attractive.
What about the feel? We're shuffling a lot of this around. Of course, the broken up concrete, the small pieces are going to be perfect for feel. You think we're going to be okay?
We're actually pretty lucky. Most of the extra fill that we have over there, we're going to be able to transfer it over here and use it behind the retaining wall.
You planned it that way, right?
I tried to.
Right. Okay, but looks like I'm back getting my gloves again and starting to shovel some more.
I got a pair ready for you.
Jose begins building the retaining wall at the lowest point. He levels and compacts a space several feet wide along the patio edge before setting the hollow wall blocks. As the grade goes up, he uses packable base material to level the ground to the top of those first few blocks. As the wall gets higher, it can contain the excess material from the old patio. So rather than cart it all out of the backyard, we just transfer it to the low side of the patio where we can pack it down with a mechanical temp, which is yet another opportunity for Aaron to try a brand new tool. Meanwhile, in the garage, Chelsea's helping Monica and Gotham assemble the patio furniture.
Patio furniture is something we always wanted to get, but I guess you need a patio before you get a patio furniture.
By the end of the first day, the retaining wall is complete and backfilled so that the patio perimeter is established.
Well, this is a great start for the first day, but I also understand today's a special day for you guys. Somebody told me it was actually your wedding anniversary.
It is.
So we thought some flowers would be appropriate. And of course, you need a little something there. So we got you a today's homeowner hat. And for your cold beverages, we got you today's homeowner.
Now I'm official.
That is
There,
awesome.
you
Thank
got
you
that.
so much.
And then we've
You
got a
guys
card
are
for you
so
as
Oh,
well.
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
And so now you can go out and have an anniversary dinner, but the way you work today, you may be too tired to do anything.
I think we'll take that
This is
break.
great.
We'll take that break.
I think we all will, but at the beginning of day 2, we're almost ready for the pavers.
Where the dirt's piled up in front of the steps, we're gonna have to use a retaining wall, and we're going to come out about 4 feet and build a platform with that retaining wall, and then build steps on top of that to create a 3-tier step leading up to that back door.
This time, the compacting is done with a plate compactor, and yeah, you guessed it, we have to let Aaron take it for a turn as well.
Sometimes you never know when they're ready, but Danny figured it out, and he had Aaron using pretty much every piece of equipment, and he enjoyed himself. So that was so cool to see him use all the equipment and have fun at it. So I do believe I have a new helper.
He loves all this stuff, and him getting a chance to use those power tools was unbelievable, and I know he had the time of his life.
Whether you're a weekend warrior doing projects around your house or a seasoned professional doing your job out on a job site, you need a really good sturdy toolbox to hold all of your hand tools, power tools, and even your material. And Husky has got the mobile job box, which I think fits the bill.
Oh, absolutely. And here's the nice part about it. It has the cantilever tops, which open up. And you see all the room you have here, which you can combine to make it work for you, whatever you need.
I love it because not only does this side open up, but look, this side opens up as well. And the nice thing is there are dividers in here. So if you've got, say, like nails or screws or nuts and bolts you want to put over here, but then your screwdrivers or your socket and your ratchet set, you can do that on this side.
And the best part about it is your power tools can go down here. And with these 2 compartments on the side, you don't have to dump everything out to get to what you really need in the bottom.
That is so true. And once you close it up, you can put a padlock on it to keep it all nice and safe. But what I like also is the fact that you have this nice long handle with this padded grip and 7-inch wheels. So it doesn't matter where you're going, this toolbox is going with you.
Our project to create a new paver patio for contest winners Monica and Gotham got off to a slow start on the first day because of the demolition of an old, outrageously thick patio slab. But today is moving a lot quicker.
Well, this is feeling pretty good. Already got to the sand part. How many bags you got?
We got 128 bags.
That's all. Okay, well, that shouldn't be bad. And I noticed the pavers are a lot larger than we've used before. That's going to really help us move this along.
Yes, the larger format pavers, they do a great job in just helping with the overall aesthetic of a larger project like this, and it'll also go for expedite the installation process.
I like that. Let's expedite the process. That sounds great.
We're not just rushing to get this project done so that we can go home. We've planned 4 days for this project, but the weather is changing, and the forecast for day 4 is now calling for snow. In no time, the sand is ready, and the pavers start going in place.
Look at that.
Wow,
You
that
see?
looks amazing, Dan.
So with the big, because you think of the pavers a lot of times as smaller sizes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, but then when you see the larger size, it's just, I mean, it's a big patio anyway, but this is just going to make it look even bigger.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Look at that. You guys made some serious progress.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice. Tomorrow we may be ready to throw our big party.
Yeah, absolutely.
When we reach the beginning of the retaining wall, the pavers will overhang the edge by an inch or so. To make that work and prevent showing a cut edge, Jose is laying out the pavers on top of the wall and marking the sides to be trimmed so there are no gaps as they follow the curved lines of the patio. Later, he'll cut pavers to fill in between these pieces and the rest of the patio. This time, when Lucas runs the plate compactor, he has the base covered with a scrap of old carpet to protect the pavers from scratching. In the middle of this flurry of laying pavers, Lucas does a strange thing. He begins removing them from the left end of the patio.
So what we're doing right here is obviously we already laid all of the pavers.
Yeah.
So we figured out the dimensions that we need for the grill.
Oh, that's why
and
you
the
originally
kitchen.
laid the
So we
pavers out.
reconfigured the pavers to the
I got
exact
it.
dimensions we need and made a few saw cuts.
Yeah.
But right now, being the patio itself is on a slope, We don't want your kitchen to be sloped.
That's true.
So what we did is we're bringing in some extra base material. We're going to build up the slope side, and then obviously taper that off so that way your kitchen's perfectly level.
Oh, that levels off. That'll
Correct.
be perfect, man.
Yep.
This is perfect space to entertain at least, I don't know, 15 guests.
It's ideal.
It'll be huge.
Yeah, you're going to have a backyard paradise.
We will. That's what we aim for, and this is what we're getting. Awesome. This is great, man.
I'm thinking I'll be cooking less in the kitchen and Gotham's going to be cooking more outside, which is perfect for me.
You got it all figured out. Good thing you got the professionals in there. I couldn't imagine doing this myself anymore.
It's a weekend project for you.
Nice. What, like 30 weekends?
While the outdoor kitchen is going up, so is the fire pit on the other end of the patio. It uses the same type of blocks, but because it's a much smaller structure, it's done in no time. Meanwhile, Jose is steadily getting the border blocks trimmed and fit in place. The radius edge is also drawn on the high side of the patio, so cutting can begin there. Day 3 starts off a little cooler, but sunny as we replace the damaged siding around the back door. This has to be done before we can start those steps that Lucas told us about. Aaron's obviously looking for something to do, so Chelsea gets him back in the mix, spreading sand on top of the completed patio surface. Sweeping the sand across the surface helps to get it in the cracks between the pavers. Then we follow that up with another pass of the plate compactor to help it sift even further and stabilize the pavers even more.
Aaron was having so much fun in the backyard, I had to recruit his sister Anna to help me plant the flowers and get the planters ready for dressing out the finished patio.
The colors were coming together so beautifully in the pots that we had unwrapped. I can't wait to see them out on the patio. The colors look amazing.
In the meantime, the walls of the outdoor kitchen are completed and the concrete countertops that were poured last week arrive. The steps are the last big hurdle, and Jose is building them with more retaining wall blocks, which are then filled with paver base before adding pavers for stair treads. To replace Gotham's outdoor lighting, I'm installing wires to secure a different type of light source.
Since part of it's on a retaining wall, we thought adding rope lights underneath the edge of the patio would be a really cool, neat effect.
When the steps are complete, we begin washing off the patio and installing the appliances in the kitchen. Finally, we can begin putting the planters and furniture in place to complete the picture.
So when we moved into this house 2 years ago, we had a flagstone patio that was worn down, the flagstones were loose, and we weren't really able to use the backyard as much and enjoy our beautiful sunsets and outdoor space that we have.
So the whole project started with Monica deciding this was the year she's going to get a patio, and she giving up the flagstones. So that led to the next question, what do we do? And what we had, we couldn't make one large space out of it. And then the second thing we found as soon as we started looking under the sand, there's a big concrete block there that just shoots the project in the foot. That wasn't something I was ready for.
We're trying to figure out what we're going to do this summer and how we're going to get this space done, and it was just unbelievable. Now we can use all of that space, and we have such an extended backyard and patio that we could actually use and enjoy the Colorado outdoors.
It's like the backyard paradise we always wanted. It's got everything, a kitchen, a bar area, enough place to have a bunch of friends over. And when it gets cool in Colorado, which it does often in the evenings, a great fire pit.
And it directly faces where we get our sunsets, so I'm looking forward to spending a lot of time there.
This may come as a shock to you, but my favorite part is the grill. She's told me the indoor kitchen is going to be closed. We're going to be working out of the outdoor kitchen now.
Yeah, so that's my second favorite area because now he's going to be doing all the cooking this summer and not me. It's added to our house value so much. I mean, it's a beautiful space, and I think it's one of the best in the neighborhoods now. So we have an amazing neighborhood here, and they have all been as excited as we are about the whole process, and they've been watching as the paver stones come in and all this activity and commotion going on, and they're super excited to come and see the new backyard.
Another backyard paradise completely finished in just 3 days, and we would have never gotten this done without the extraordinary effort from Lucas and the whole team from Pavestone. Well, Chelsea and I helped a little bit, as well as the winners of the contest, Monica and Gotham, and their children all worked side by side to get this project done. Now, all week long, the neighbors have been wondering what's going on in their backyard. Well, what better way of showing them exactly what was taking place here by inviting them for the first party on the
the outdoor entertainment area. Hey, I hope we've been able to show you a few ideas you can use at your house so that you can have a summer of fun. I'm Danny Lipford. We'll see you next week right here on Today's Homeowner. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner. And don't forget to comment, like, and hit the bell icon so that we can notify you when new videos are posted.
And don't go anywhere, click around and continue the home improving fun.